chisel plowing. I think it's about November 14th, 2023. You'd think on a drought year there wouldn't be so much trash, but there is a lot of trash. Our yields were down about, well, for this field I was down a good 40 bushels an acre for my normal. I got another place 3 miles away that missed 2 rains that we got here. That was down about, well, that's a little sandier ground too. That was down about 50 bushels from its normal. So much trash. I dissed this once. I had a guy pick it for me, and they had an older John Deere head. They leave some long stalks, let me tell you. But I've had to do this before. I took every other shank off the chisel plow and spread them out. So I got 2 in the forward bar and 3 in the back bar instead of it was a 9 shank chisel plow. It's the only way I could get through this trash with the equipment I got. It'd be nice to have a disc, ripper disc, like I see around here. But I don't have that option. Not with the acres I got. I got shifty trading on. But I got somebody bringing me a heavier disc to use. Try to cut up that field over there a little better. My disc knocked it down here, but that's all it did, is pretty much knock it down, cut it up a little bit. But you know, big combine at 8-row 30-inch head. He normally runs 12-row 20-inch, but he had this older head. No chopper on this one. It drives over a lot of stalks, so a stalk chopper is going to miss so much of it that I didn't think it was worth running a vibrating stalk chopper. I hate those things anyway. So I run my disc over it and then drop 4 shanks off this 9 shank chisel plow, and it's doing alright. I might hit it with a disc one more time, or I might leave it till spring. But I hired somebody. It's a guy I drive grain cart for. Real good guys. Him and his dad and his brother I drive the grain cart for. And just simpler for me this year, the way things worked out, to have them harvested for me, and me working for them kind of eased that bill up quite a bit. So that's the way that is. To do this, holding the phone, try to steer, run the throttle, run the hydraulic lever. This is only a 25-acre field here. That's about 53 acres on that side. Then I got a place that I rent. I don't run a lot of ground. It's just kind of a fun thing for me. For quite a few years, I didn't run any ground. I don't know if any of you get this way, but every fall, every spring, I'd see the tractors out there, and I'd literally get a gut ache because I couldn't be out there. I didn't run any ground anymore. I quit in '93. Well, in 2010, I got an opportunity to rent. This is just my dad's land here, and then I rented into the neighbor's land. And that's just enough for me, so I get a taste of it every year. But that's how it was. I'd be driving home from work, I'd see these tractors or combines out in the field. I'd literally get a pit in my stomach. I don't know why. I don't think it bothered a person. It sure bothered me. I guess I love it. Even with all the troubles, even running old equipment like this. This has been a good old tractor, this 7050 here. It just has never let me down. I'm the second owner of it. The guy who bought it, I think it come out of Spring Valley, brand new. You should look at the sticker on the side. I'm sure it says Marzoff. But it got shipped out of Iowa. This is a 1974 tractor, and there was such a shortage of tractors at that time that he bought it sight unseen. I mean, it was brand new, so I'm sure he'd seen some that had been sold, but he had to wait for it. And then when he had his retirement sale, I bought it. He only lived about 2 miles that way. This tractor didn't go far. I've had it since 98, 99. I had a little bit of hay ground. I plow up and just throw hay. It'll get plowed up every few years. And that's the extent of my farming through the 90s and into the 2000s. That place there used to be a dairy farm. The barn is down now. My dad, he had his barn fire in 1976. Had no place to milk his cows, and we had good neighbors. They lived right there. They're both gone now, but they let Dad bring his cattle over there, and Dad brought hay, and they kind of separated the cattle, and for 3 months they'd milk their herd, then rotate, milk Dad's herd. Dad, of course, we were there. I was only 7. Boy, I sure loved it, because their boys were quite a bit older than me, but I sure looked up to them. They were good neighbors to have. The 80s got them. And the mom and the dad now, they just died a couple of years ago, a year or 2 apart. Some of the best neighbors we ever had, I'd say. We got good neighbors too now. All of our neighbors are really good. I can't complain about one single one. They help you when you need it. They don't bother you at all. Oops, got my finger in the way. This is some hard pulling stuff, but I haven't chiseled it deep in several years. And I gotta say, having a big combine like that John Deere must weigh 50,000 pounds, and then a 400 bushel grain tank, 1,000 bushel grain cart. It's a lot of weight. 2 years in a row I had that out here. I think that really made the ground hard. Plus this year was a drought, although we've had rain in the last few weeks, too little, too late. But back in 88, 89 we had a drought here, and this place here had 45 bushel an acre corn. Well, this year I had 180 bushels on a drought year, so, and I don't know, the only thing that helped us back in April, we had 1 week where we got like 11.5 inches. And it's massive washouts on farms, and we didn't have too bad a washout here. The farm I rented had some pretty bad washouts I had to fix. But it didn't matter if you had trash on top, if you no-tilled, the field's washed when you had that kind of rain. This one didn't wash, that one didn't really wash. A little bit on that side of the driveway, but not bad.